You already know what time it is, my Star Wars friends. It is time for the film commentary with your boy Star Wars Only, watching Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. This is the third episode in the Star Wars episodic saga, the Skywalker saga, and I'm doing every single one leading up to the Rise of Skywalker. Not sure if I'll do Rogue One and Solo a Star Wars story after this. I don't think I really need to, and I'd be honest, I really don't want to. But maybe we'll talk about it and maybe have a poll for it. But definitely we're gonna do the other episodic films in the Skywalker saga. We've done episodes 1 and 2. If you haven't seen those yet, go check them out because they are a good time. Episode 2, I had a drink to get through it. Tonight I will be drinking again, but only when the memes happen in Revenge of the Sith. So I'll probably be dead by the end of the film. But still, gonna be a good time. Get your DVDs or however you're going to watch Revenge of the Sith ready. I'm going to do it yet again starting from the 20th Century Fox opening theme song logo, whatever you want to call it, the 20th Century Fox intro that you have right before the Lucasfilm logo and the rest of the Star Wars theme that you have at the beginning of these films. So get that ready to go. I basically got mine ready. Let's get it going. I'm going to go full screen here. It takes me a second. Alright, I am ready if you are. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do this. You know what? I remember seeing this film vividly when it came out in theaters. I skipped school, and I was very young at the time, to go see this film with my mother at the time, and it was truly a great experience. Long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. I saw this film many times in theaters when it came out. I'm not going to sing it the whole time. I'll annoy you and myself. Episode 3. Revenge of the Sith. I actually do like the opening crawl to this one. I think it's a little more interesting. War! The Republic is crumbling under attacks by the ruthless Sith Lord, Count Dooku. There are heroes on both sides. Evil is everywhere. Who are the heroes on the Separatist side? Huh. In a stunning move, how do you say that word? Findish George Leader? Did I say George Leader? My bad. See, I already can't read. General Grievous has swept into the Republic capital and kidnapped Chancellor Palpatine, leader of the Galactic Senate. As the Separatist droid army attempts to flee the besieged capital with their valuable hostage, 2 Jedi Knights lead a desperate mission to rescue the captive Chancellor. You know, this film, I know people have talked about it having a longer runtime. There's been a lot of deleted scenes that have been revealed and some that you haven't seen over the years that I've been lucky to get my hands on. And there's a lot that this film didn't show, unfortunately. But growing up, this was my favorite of the prequels, and still to this day is. I haven't seen it in a while, though. It's a nice little pan down. This opening shot is still breathtakingly beautiful, considering that it's all CGI, digital effects. Even the music. I better get my alcoholic drink over here ready. Yet again made me a lucky Irishman. Whiskey mixed with Irish cream. Quite a good drink. Put some ice cubes in it this time. Ooh, and look at that. Look at all the explosions and the battle going on in the background. This is what a lot of people want from Star Wars. And it's, you know, good and bad. You don't want it nothing but battle and action without any story. But to start your film like this, it's exciting, it's interesting, it's beautiful. I mean, it really is just beautifully looked, or beautiful looking is a better way to say it. That Republic cruiser just destroyed that starship like it was nothing. Alright, I guess that's kind of a meme. I'll drink to that. Ooh. Damn. That was a harder of a drink than I thought it was going to be. I like how they use Morrison even as the clones and the voices and everything constantly throughout the films, even in episode 3 when he's not really as involved compared to episode 2 playing Jango Fett. I believe his name is Tiamu Morrison. If I say that wrong, I'm sorry. Yep, meme. It's kind of interesting seeing how heartless Obi-Wan is in this scene. Not really heartless, he just understands that there's a mission that they have to do, and the clones are kind of serving their purpose, but... That's kind of a meme, I'll drink to that. No, he's trying spinning. That's a good trick. Little Annie's all grown up now. See, some shots like that aren't too great. I mean, you can tell some of this is still heavily digital. R4 looks good, though. And then he died. Oh, dear. I can't believe Obi-Wan was just kind of willing to die there, too. It's a very anticlimactic death for a Jedi. Just died in space from buzz droids. Just fucking rams into him. Acting still is an A1, unfortunately. Uh-oh. Not my boy R2. Oh, he's so emotionless. Watch out. Attaboy, R2. You got him. There we go. There we go. Get some motion there. The shields are still up. I think it's when the ships are... When the ships show Anakin and Obi-Wan, that's when they look a little off, but mostly every other shot's beautiful. This part's pretty cool, too. He jumps out, takes out 4 of them in one swipe. I remember seeing this film in theaters when it came out, in this specific scene, and everyone, not this part right here, but whenever they're done, everyone was laughing because, I mean, this is a lot funnier. Yeah, right there. Yeah, I remember the audience laughing at that. Everybody had their lightsabers out and everything. Yeah, that's a meme. I'll drink to that. General Grievous. Fun fact, the cough that they're using for him is the cough of George Lucas. He was sick on set one day and just, guess they decided to use it. Ah, this is kind of reminiscent of episode 1 The Phantom Menace when the Destroyer showed up, except they actually went into the elevator. Always on the move. It's missions like this I feel like we should have seen more of Anakin and Obi-Wan in episode 2, or maybe even a little bit in episode 1, if work the story out a little more, because seeing them together makes it feel like more of a loss at the end. I like Ewan. I'm excited to see him do that show. No loose wire jokes. See, it's things like that little funny dynamic they have going on there. It feels more natural, feels more humane, like you actually have a chemistry between these two. This kind of reminds you of the Emperor Throne Room in Revenge of the, or my bad, Return of the Jedi. Let's say Revenge of the Jedi. He didn't even say hi or hey or ho. He just like Count Dooku wants you to know he's here. He just did a front flip. He looking good for someone in his 70s. Alright, I can't deny that's me. I'm gonna get a drink. God damn, that's another meme. Fuck, that's another one too. That part was kind of bad. This is a lot better of a lightsaber battle, in my opinion, compared to any of the ones that you had in Attack of the Clones. It's not too flashy. Gets a nice little kick in. Good for you, Anakin. And this part right here, internalization of character. This is what I want in my lightsaber battles. Not just lightsabers hitting, flashy because it looks cool. You actually have character development and internalization of the characters. That part, though, is very plot-driven. Dooku would wreck Anakin and Obi-Wan any given day. Christopher Lee's such a good actor. You can see the shock and fear in his eyes. But then kind of the sudden realization, oh, do it. The look in his eyes, boom. You see his head fall off too. Very dark scene. And everything slows down. You hear the music? It slows. It's just kind of very soft, dark. It's meant to make you think about what he just did. I got a drink to do it, though. Oh, whoa. I heard, when he said the Sand People, I actually heard a Tusken Raider scream in the background. I'm wearing headphones so I can hear the movie a lot better and not get copyrighted, but I swear to God I heard that Tusken Raider. That's crazy. I never noticed that. Parts like that are kind of stupid. Where he's like, well, we gotta leave him or we'll never make it. Like, what's the rush? You're alright. Nobody's obviously coming for you. You're good. Oh, Wilhelm scream. Seeing the Emperor run, that's a sight to see. Almost anything Palpatine does is funny. A little ah. Crazy that Obi-Wan wakes up and basically doesn't even like bring up Dooku or anything. He's just instantly into another situation of, oh, we got the chance, so let's get the hell out of here. I already know there's a meme coming up. Might as well drink. Huh. If I was Grievous, I would just take R2 and leave those three guys in the ray shields and call it a night. They're not going anywhere. I'm not drinking to that. I'm sorry. There's so many limits I gotta. I can't get too drunk. Hmm. Mm. Alright, that's a meme. I gotta drink to that. What was R2 even doing? He wasn't much of a distraction. All they had to do was force pull the lightsabers. You gotta wonder what's going through Palpatine's mind in these kind of situations of like, I control all of you. I could fuck up every single one of you in this building right now if I wanted to. And he's just acting like he's an old man in pain. Mm. I mean, he took all the escape pods. What a whore. I guess he's doing that to slow down the momentum. I guess that kind of makes sense, but you're entering the atmosphere of a planet. There ain't much you can. You know what? There's no point in getting to the nitty gritty of the science. And that's a meme. And that's another meme. Oof. That actually hit. I wonder where the other half of that ship landed. I wonder if it landed on like some poor building or something. Ah, they're fire ships. That's cool. I always knew what they did. Like, I always knew they tried to help out with the fire, but I never knew, like, they were called fire ships. Thank God for that landing strip. Still took out that tower, though. Let's pray no younglings were in that. This is a cool shot, though. The entire ship crashes and it pans into the three guys in there. But it kind of cuts the Emperor. Ruined the shot, damn it. And that's a meme. Yeah, cheers, my friends. Ooh. Hey, Falcon on the bottom left. You see it? You see it? Unfortunately, this is where the movie slows down. Ah, damn it, I'm out of drink on this one. I need to pour me some rum. That's another meme. Yeah, Obi-Wan, you're kind of made out to be a punk bitch in this one. Sorry if you hear my rum pouring. I don't like these parts where they try to reference past experiences. Unless you've seen the Clone Wars, this has no meaning to the story. I want to see them go on these adventures, build that relationship, not just talk about it. So basically, Grievous needs to be captured, and then the Senate will take away the powers from Palpatine, I guess? That's kind of the hinted at plot in that situation. Alright. This part's weird. Padme's just hiding behind a big... What the fuck do you even call that? I'm drawing a blank on what you would call those. They're part of the structure that keep the building stable, but they're just hiding behind it. Heard whispers that he'd been killed? From who? But like, if Bail Organa had simply like kind of turned over his shoulder a little bit, like, oh, Queen Amidala, what are you doing back there? Anakin, you had to go see her. What's going on here? Like, they're hiding in broad fucking daylight. Oh, a pillar. That's what it's called. It's called a pillar. God damn, she still calls him Annie. That's a meme. Gotta drink some rum to that now. We're off the whiskey, boys. It goes down a lot easier than whiskey. Utapau. The operatics are kicking in. It's cool that he talks to Sidious here. Listen to what he says. Hmm. I like the sound design that they have. Like if you listen to Grievous's movement in that scene, it's you hear everything. It's nice. Don't like this scene though. Let's keep our marriage in secret, but talk about it on the balcony where everyone can see. But god damn, bro, you see the background to that? It's still fucking beautiful. I love Coruscant. Oh god. Right by the gardens. Oh, there's the best part. You're so beautiful. Yeah. Oh god. I can't do it. No, George. You and your love scenes, brother. This scene's also uncomfortable. These kind of visions and dreams at night. You don't see any of that really in the new trilogy. His arm looks pretty cool. Like even in the night, like this. What's also crazy is that this is the exact same set they're using for Attack of the Clones. It's like the same apartment that she's in and everything. Oh, Hayden's. You see those abs? That's pretty impressive. I got the top 4-pack, but I don't got the bottom 2, the whole 6-pack like Hayden does. Lucky man. He was working out for this role. This is a nice set too. Such a nice scenery with Coruscant, man. I like city views like that. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, when you were 9 years old and she was 14, you fucking creep. Yeah, it was pretty bad. He died. Yeah, yeah, I forgot he's got mommy issues. Don't we all, brother? Don't we all? Oh, I gotta go get some water real quick. Alright, I got it. You gotta stay hydrated when you drink, my friends. Hey, don't ruin the ending of the movie now, Annie. No, you make it become real, Anakin. You actually go out of your way to make it. Huh? I never recall that dialogue of her asking if Obi-Wan can help. I really thought that at this point Obi-Wan had knew or something. It's crazy that he didn't know. But hey, we're back at the Jedi Temple. I like anything involving the Jedi. Normally. Yoda and Anakin. Premonitions. The lighting in the scene. See that? You see how the light's on Anakin's eye and his scar. Only on Yoda's eyes as well. No, you basically go out of your way to make them come true, Anakin. I like Yoda's teachings in this. Divorce? I'm fucking kidding. I really wish Yoda would have brought up, what happened in episode 2 where he sensed Anakin was in great trouble and he was talking to Mace Windu about it. Completely just was a pointless scene, honestly. They never brought it up ever again. Boss Pity, that sounds like a party. Nice little Anakin and Palpatine talking scene. They just do it on the same set so much, though, in his office. Oh, you need your help. I wonder if Palpatine knew they weren't going to let him be a master. Got a drink to that. God, I got a drink again. Alright, I can't drink 3 times in a row. I'm already buzzed. It's always about the Outer Rim. Oh, I gotta drink to the droid attack and the Wookiees. Whew. That one hit. See, in this movie, you have 4 council members that talk. Mace Windu, Yoda, Ki-Adi-Mundi, and Obi-Wan. Another nice dialogue between Anakin and Obi-Wan that kind of establishes more of a bond. Hmm. Hmm. Doing some behind the scenes work, the council is. Yeah, Obi-Wan, you should use what Dooku told you in episode 2 where he was like, hey, this Senate's controlled by a Sith Lord. I like that line, but the prophecy might have been misread. That awkward nod from Mace Windu. I really wonder how that can play into the sequel trilogy with the conclusion of Episode 9. And also, we need to see the prophecy. We need to read the prophecy and what it actually says and what was potentially misread, if there was anything misread. Who wrote the prophecy? There's so many questions in that we could explore in other stories in the Star Wars universe. Ooh, Padme's onto something. She's right. Hey, you were saying you wanted dictatorship in the last movie, motherfucker. Don't even try to pull that shit on her. He's like a girl. What is it? Nothing. No, 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 no. Come on. What's going on, Annie? Tell us your feelings. Oh, God, George. Nothing but your love. You were under threat of assassination, sweetheart. Another beautiful shot, of course. Oh, I love it. And look closely, my friends. George Lucas makes a cameo. He's a blue guy. His kids actually convinced him to do it. Oh, there he is! There he is on the left. You see him? Got a little fucking hat on. You doing a little chuckle? Yeah. Oh, I'm making money, bitch. Yeah. Oh, I love this. Oh, I fucking love this scene. Ah, he's plotting seeds of doubt in Anakin. Okay, okay. Leave us. I'd be pissed. I'm like, nah, motherfucker, I paid to sit and watch the operatic show like you did. You leave. Yeah, because you're a Sith Lord. It didn't hit the nail on the head with a hammer. Yeah, but Anakin could... If Anakin was smart, he would be like, well, Palpatine probably wants to lose power too. He doesn't want to lose it. I mean... Hmm. I like this dialogue of Sith and Jedi talk. It's stuff like this so interesting. Actually good dialogue with a different set. Ah, yes, Darth Plagueis. Gotta drink to this. Hmm. I'll drink to that. Ironic. Such a fucking good scene of dialogue. Oh, I love it. And then the transition immediately to the battle that's about to happen on Kashyyyk. That was a really good scene. Oh my god. I really think that's going to have some play in Palpatine's return in Episode 9. I'm so interested in that. I'm so interested in Palpatine himself. He's such a good villain. It's stuff like this I wish we would have gotten more out of the prequels. More talk about the Sith and the Jedi. Exploring the philosophies of both of them. Yeah, you tell him, Mace. Shut that shit down. Yeah, again, it's just like four people who talk on the council. Why not send both Anakin and Obi-Wan? Why not send three or four of y'all if it's so important that you capture Grievous? Literally, like, the entire council's there. It's not like y'all were doing anything. It's there's problems I there's a lot of problems I have with the prequels. Being honest, I know a lot of you are huge advocates for it now, but as films, they are fundamentally flawed in a lot of ways. And even as Star Wars, looking at Star Wars, the Jedi I feel like are such a missed opportunity in this story, and you really only focus on like four of them: Obi-Wan, Mace Windu, Yoda, and Anakin. You don't really focus too many other Jedi in the story. It'd be really great to focus on more about the other Jedi and just seeing their arcs, but I digress. Let's watch the action. Drink to that, my friend. I use that a lot. That goodbye, old friend, may the force be with you, as memes as people who have unfortunately passed away in our real life. And it annoys me seeing other accounts on Instagram use that same meme format because I think it's been a hallmark of my Instagram page, and I don't take much pride in my Instagram page at all. But it's such a deep message, in my opinion, just for a Star Wars fan, saying not only may the Force be with you, that has Christianity influence and Catholicism in it. It it's just, I don't know, man. I like it. Fuck, I'm getting pretty buzzed. That's probably why I'm talking about some emotional shit. I'm sorry. And we're back at another dream. Is that an iPad? What the fuck is Anakin got his hands on? Is he playing a Nintendo? Okay, this scene confuses me. Obi-Wan came by this morning. He's worried about Anakin. So does he know? Whoa, that's a big jump. Obi-Wan literally just had a good conversation with you. Now you're like, he doesn't trust me. Yeah, you're breaking the code. No shit, you're not the Jedi you should be. If you want more, you're greedy, Anakin. Come on. Listen to Yoda. Ah. He thinks of Palpatine's proposal, Darth Plagueis saving those he loved from death. I found a way to save you. That's dark side. Dark side reference right there. Alright. I'm out of rum. Well, I'm not out of rum. My glass isn't full of rum anymore. Pour me another one. Oh boy, I'm not gonna be feeling good by the end. I feel great actually because I'm pretty fucking. I'm not drunk. Am I? I'm buzzed. I'm pretty buzzed. But if you're of the age to drink, my friends, you better pour another glass with me. Well, I'm not even 21 yet, so I can't really talk shit. But you just gotta be smart when you drink. I always drink in a controlled environment. I can outdrink almost any motherfucker who wants to. No, I'm playing. I'm not that good. Mmm. He is here. He's about to say it. Boy, yeah. I would have liked to see their warriors, see if they would have helped out in battle. Just exploring different cultures in the Star Wars universe, different planets and creatures, seeing what they could offer. Like even the Gungans, they had their own unique style and culture that you saw in the Phantom Menace, which, while it's not the greatest film, that's interesting. Seeing, I don't know what they're called, but seeing the people on Utapau, seeing their culture fight or something, I feel like that could have offered not more to the story, but just more to the Star Wars universe. This is where the digital stuff gets a little bit of on my nerves. You can kind of tell Ewan's CGI'd in a way and whatnot. It's just not the greatest look. Hmm. Viceroy's got a point. Oh, this is about to be a heavy meme moment. You know I gotta drink to this in a second when it happens, though. I like how Obi-Wan's like contemplating what he's gonna do, and he's like, well, I might as well just jump in the middle of it all. Fuck it, might as well. Only got one life to live. Here we go. Ah! 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 Legit no Kenobi. Alright, I gotta drink. I gotta drink. He gets in that Sarisu stance. See, I know my expanded universe lore. Don't test me, motherfuckers. Yeah, like literally don't test me. I really don't know too much about the expanded universe. It's been so long since I cared about that. Oh, Grievous, your arrogance blinds you. I would have literally just told everyone, shoot! Fire at will! He's right there! Oh boy, I lost my phone. This scene was so badass when it first happened. He pulls out his, like, 4 lightsabers, just starts swinging at him. What's unfortunate, though, is if you start looking closely at the style of lightsabers he's using, it's stuff we've already seen before. Mostly, like, what's his name? Luke Skywalker's and Anakin's. It's kind of unoriginal. Like, that one's one we've seen before. I think it's like Aayla Secura or Ki-Adi-Mundi's one. He's about to chop off another hand. This lightsaber battle's not that great, though, because you can't see too much of what's going on. That one's a Luke Skywalker one. Ugh. And in comes the Republic. I like the pan in on Grievous' eyes, but it's so off-centered on Ewan's. Oh, man. But I gotta drink to that one. That's a meme. So, fun fact about the little vehicle Grievous is using. When I was learning how to ride a bike, two-wheeler, the actual bike, not just the tricycle one, I actually was such a big Star Wars fan. I kept telling myself when I was riding it, I was like, it's just like General Grievous's little motorcycle thing. Like, I just kept thinking that in my head, how the wheels were spinning. And it worked. It's helped me learn how to ride a bike. I was very young, though. Hmm. You should, Anakin. I don't know why no one thought about adding another Jedi with him, but whatever. Excluded? You were brought into the council. Come on, man. Now that's an interesting line of dialogue. What are they not telling him about the Force? What aspects of the Force can be explored that we aren't talking about in this prequel trilogy? Alright, guys, listen to this shit. She's got a point. Damn. Did he know that he was having those visions? Maybe he was the one planting them. I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities, and I'm pretty drunk, so I don't know. You made him the pawn, you fucking old cunt. My god. All right, I stay quiet on some lines of dialogue that I find interesting. This rest of it's not that interesting. But what I will say is I think there's possibilities to be explored with the character of Palpatine in Episode 9 when he says that he doesn't just understand the dark side, he looks at it through a larger aspect. That's interesting. I think exploring his history with Plagueis and what he knows about the Force is such an interesting possibility of story on the principles of the Force and how it works in the universe of Star Wars. It's mystery that keeps us intrigued, but you don't want to explore too much of it. One thing I like about Lord of the Rings is what they call there are 5 wizards: the brown, the gray, which is Gandalf the Grey, brown is Radagast, and white is Saruman until Gandalf becomes the White Wizard and then defeats Saruman. But there's 2 blue wizards, and you never really get to know much about them. You don't know what they do in the end. It's always kind of left at the mystery. It's very interesting, but you don't want that mystery to be ruined, to be explored in a way. You have that with the Force in Star Wars. You want to explore it little by little, but never reveal too much, because then you get the midichlorians, which I know some people are defending, but it's not a good explanation for the Force, and it's pretty boring. That would have broken my back. Oh, there's his heart. Damn, he just bitch slapped him. Not pimp slap, bitch slapped him. And kicked him. Use your jujitsu. Ooh, that was Muay Thai. You can't kick him in the thigh. He's a robot. Or, as George would say, he's a cyborg. You don't really kick him in the thigh. He's a cyborg. Obi-Wan, come on. Oh, it's like poetry. Exact same part he was in for episode 1. And still pulls out the dub. Do you guys remember playing this part from the Lego Star Wars video game? God, that was such a good game. And this part was so badass. Because you got to play as Obi-Wan, but Commander Cody would be like your sidekick when taking on Grievous. Alright, so uncivilized. Got to drink to that. Ah, this part's bad. A Sith Lord? Yeah, that's an awful line of dialogue. Okay, hang on. No. If anything, you got to be really careful. Such a lack of acting in this scene, guys. You see how emotionless both of these guys are? Just, no. A Sith Lord? And he's like, I must go with you, my master. Yes, master. Just a little more emotion. A little more character. I don't know. I really think that there's flawed logic in this thinking for the prequels sometimes. Like, Mace Windu should have said, alright, I need to consult with Yoda. I need to bring every member of the council in. If this guy is a Sith Lord, he's a Sith Lord we've been looking for. We don't know his powers. We don't know what this guy's capable of. He's been in front of us his entire time. Oh, I never realized. I never realized that line of dialogue. If the Jedi destroy me, the chance of saving her will be lost. I never heard that until now. Wow. The subtleties in the prequels is definitely underrated. Ah, that shot, of course. This part right here. This is the beauty of prequels and even George Lucas himself. He's not a very dialogue kind of heavy director or writer. He's never really great with dialogue, and he'll admit it himself. He was never good even back in the 70s. But this right here, Hayden looking out, kind of looking where I guess Padme would be looking, and just him thinking, both of them thinking, the simple scene of just them having that emotion. You know they're thinking, and the realization of what Anakin has to do, and Padme almost kind of feeling that in a way. Very powerful scene. Very powerful. And no words. No words. And then C-3PO comes in and ruins it all. Oh, he didn't even say anything. My bad. I'm sorry, C-3PO. Got a drink to that. He is the Senate, yeah. That scream. I hate how he just kills two of the Jedi like nothing. I wish Kit Fisto lasted longer too. And he just takes them out, and it's Palpatine and Mace Windu. It's a lot more interesting of a battle in the books because Mace Windu's using a lightsaber form called a pod. Ugh! That shot, though, is ugly. The close-up of Windu's face, and he's just kind of squinting at him. This part's stupid, too. That quick little 1-2 they do past each other. In the book, it's pretty overpowered. They say that Palpatine and Windu were moving so fast when they were fighting that they were fading in and out of existence. Think about that. They were moving so fast, they simply stopped existing at some points. Ooh, good front kick. Loses the lightsaber, and the battle is won for Windu. There's been a debate in the expanded universe fandom in the community of if Mace Windu really beat Palpatine or if Palpatine simply let him win. Let's watch the rest of this and we'll discuss it further. See, people thought that Palpatine was just playing it perfectly at the time that Anakin would show up. I would say that he simply got a little surprised with Windu's power, but was kind of waiting for Anakin to show up. Oh man, his face looks like a tauntaun's ball sack. Definitely right here he's underplaying it. He's a great actor right here. He's like, I'm too weak. I can't hold it any longer. Windu's got a point. I'd kill him too. You can see that conflict in Windu's face as well. Damn. I think I was maybe 6 or 7 years old. I really can't remember how old I was when this film came out, but I was a fucking cynic and a critic back then because my mom was like, I really hope Mace Windu lives and survives this movie. And I was like, no, he's not. The Jedi don't live. It's only Obi-Wan and Yoda, and Mace Windu's going to die, I promise. And she's like, no, he's going to live. I was like, no, he's going to die. It's not going to make sense if he doesn't die. And he died. I was an asshole even back then. I like this part. See, that's where I'd be pissed off if I was Anakin. Where he's like, to cheat death is a power only one is a cheat, but if we work together, I know we can discover the secret. I'd be like, wait a minute. You told me that if I turn to the dark side, I could save my wife. What's this bullshit that we gotta work together to figure out the power? I thought he taught you everything you knew, and that he knew. Ian McDermott's such a great actor. And then Hayden. I don't. I know you guys are real big Hayden fans. I'm sorry. He's not the greatest actor. Admittedly, he did the best he could with the writing that he had. But he's still not the cream of the crop. I like that cut to Yoda too. Off balance, huh? About time Viceroy died. Another interesting line of dialogue. Once more, the Sith shall rule the galaxy. There was a time where the Sith did rule before this happened. That is another story arc that could be explored, even if we're following the simple rule of two. Even if it's just two Sith ruling the galaxy, that is a potential storyline to be explored in future books, films, comics, video games, what have you. Would have loved to explore that. This is a nice shot too. Anakin coming up, 501st behind him. Ready to go fuck up some younglings. Let's get it. If you look closely, this shot doesn't look too well. Yeah. The head on Cody looks kind of obviously planed in. His hair is kind of off. It's moments like this where it's like, why does everything have to be digital, George? You do know that none of the clone trooper armors were ever real. It was all digital. Oh, here comes Order 66. Guess I got a drink to that. The music was really good here. It actually had me when I was younger. Kiadi Mundi. Oh. Man, I really wish we had more emotional connection to a lot of the characters that die in Order 66. It would have been such more of an impactful moment if you would spend maybe an hour just taking out Jedi that we cared about and really had like emotional connections and a lot of character development surrounding it. Just much more impact in my opinion. Like Ayla Secura dies and they just keep shooting her and it's like, damn, you're going overkill. The only emotional you have, the emotional connection at least, is with Yoda. Poor Plo Koon. Dave Filoni loves him so much, he dies without almost any dialogue. Not almost, he has no dialogue. I don't even know who this chick is. They just come from behind and start shooting at her. I remember this scene in theaters. God damn, man, that brings back memories. Everyone was like clapping and standing up when Yoda took out these two. Chops off their heads, and everybody was like, "Yeah, oh, that was badass! Get it, Yoda!" Oh man, I would say good times. Definitely a simpler times. A lot of confusing times among the Star Wars fandom. This part's dark. Seeing the Jedi be destroyed. Oh no, not the younglings. I gotta drink to the younglings. Oh fuck, I'm out again. What are we going to do? Man, such a dark scene. Salute, my friends, to the younglings. Only the good die young. Bail Organa. Oof. And so it is. In comes my boy Jet Lucas. The only son that George Lucas has ever had. I think he's got 3 daughters? Yeah. I met Jet Lucas. Very interesting person to talk to. Very monotone. Not anything like his father, in my opinion. But again, I've never met his father, but I do study his father's work and life a lot. But Jet is very reserved. Not a lot of emotion. I had a few conversations with the kid. I say kid, he's older than me. But it's odd. It's odd meeting members of the Lucas family like I have and just knowing what I know. And I don't know, man. I don't like to talk from an elitist point of view of like, oh, I know the Lucas family and you don't. But like, I've legit met him and have conversations with him. And I know dirt in the Lucasfilm family that I shouldn't know and don't ever want to tell the Star Wars fandom about because you motherfuckers are scumbags half the time about it. But Jet Lucas is an interesting person. I also don't understand why Yoda had to know who Chewbacca was. I mean, this doesn't really impact the story in any way. It's just kind of like, alright. Y'all remember that ship in Battlefront 2, the 2005 version? It was the bomber of the Separatist fleet or ships that you could use. People complain about the lack of R2 and C3PO in the sequel trilogy. They're not very used much in the prequels either. Man, Anakin straight up lies too. uh, See this scene right here, this little shot that they have of Obi-Wan pulling into the ship. A little hasn't aged too well. You can tell a lot of it's digital. I guess this is our first really look at Mustafar. Lucas says it's supposed to resemble hell. Oh yeah, he'll definitely take care of you, alright. Chop off your goddamn head is what he'll do. It's kind of a threat. He'll be expecting you. You better show up, motherfucker. Here's another thing. There's a big war. It's taxing the galaxy and everything. You never see that on a planet like Coruscant. You never see the impact of the war that it has on anybody. You never see civilization crumble. With the original trilogy, the Death Star destroyed an entire planet of Alderaan. You saw the oppressiveness of that. You don't really see the impacts of war. And another thing is that with this film, at least between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, it's at the end of Attack of the Clones, the war begins. At the beginning of Revenge of the Sith, it's, oh, the war is about to end. Well, alright, why don't we explore the war? There's so many potentials that you have with the war. I stand by my opinion that I think Attack of the Clones should have been the first Star Wars film, at least in episodic terms of Episode 1. Episode 2 should have been about the Clone Wars, and this could have been Episode 3 as it is now. Oh boy, he about to kill them all. Ah, this scene's badass with Yoda, man. There's a deleted scene where the clone troopers act like Jedi. And Obi-Wan's like, "Hey, you clone troopers sure make bad Jedi." I don't like this part because it doesn't make much sense. Jedi have defended the Republic for thousands of years and generations, and this one guy comes out, "Oh, hey, they turned on us. They tried to kill me," and everyone believes him. Not even the youngling survived. Now that's the editing of George Lucas of who could have done this, and you cut right to Anakin doing it. Not doing the or oh boy, hold up. Now, not killing the younglings, but destroying the separatist. Oh, you see that dark look that he's got and the yellow in his eyes? I remember seeing a poster or a picture in a magazine of that back in '04 when I was looking forward to this film. God, man, good times, good times. Galactic Empire! Society! And a little rise of the hands that he's got for the applause that he's got. Uh-huh. I'll drink to that, Padme. Well, you got peace, sweetheart. You're dead. That code was used in that show Rebels. Hey, why don't we go into the security recordings of Palpatine turning Anakin, showing he's part of the dark side, and then showing that to the Senate and saying, hey, he's evil. He's got a point, Obi-Wan. I wonder how things would have gone if Yoda and Obi-Wan would have taken on the Emperor. Yoda and Obi-Wan would have taken on Anakin. We definitely know Yoda would have beaten Anakin if he'd taken him on, and I think he should have. I think it's one of those things where Yoda should have felt so much personal responsibility in the matter, where he's like, I gotta take on Anakin by myself, defeat him, and then take on Palpatine. Kind of as we would say in the UFC or boxing, a tune-up fight. That's definitely not a great line of dialogue. You can see Ewan covering his mouth, trying not to laugh from it. Yeah, damn, man. It's parts like this where the prequels don't make much sense. Count Dooku literally told you, Obi-Wan, that the Dark Lord of the Sith was ruling and controlling the Senate. And now you're like, it appears the Chancellor was the one we were looking for. No shit! You were literally told that in the last movie. You're going to kill him. Yep. This is a nice shot. Yeah, the droids are going to come in a lot of handy. I never noticed this part when I was younger, but you can see Ewan sneaking on, sneaking onto the ship. I never. When I was young, man, I mean, of course, when you're young, you don't really understand a lot of this shit, but I never thought that he, like, snuck onto the ship. I thought she knew that he was there, and that when he showed up, she was like, "Oh no, he's not supposed to be here yet. I was supposed to say something, and then he'd show up. God damn it, Obi-Wan!" But I digress. Oh, this part's badass. George Lucas really wanted Mustafar to represent hell. You're taking your characters, like Anakin, like Obi-Wan, into the depths of hell itself, and almost bringing out the devil inside of Anakin. He's not even Anakin anymore. He's Darth Vader. And seeing that dark turn to him, it's fitting to have him in this dark location that is, biblically, hell. So now he knows, huh? New powers. What did you learn? What? I missed that. What the fuck? Let's not get cocky here, Anakin. See that creepy smile he's got? Alright, this part's kind of meme, so I gotta drink to it. Ooh, damn. Anakin, breaking my heart. There it is. I can't follow. Because of Obi-Wan. Damn, I guess I gotta pour a little more. Ah, that's some good shit. You brought him here to kill me. Oh, man. Yeah, do something about Obi-Wan. He's just fucking choking the girl. God damn. Have some fucking responsibility. If I see a dude choking a bitch out at a party, I'm gonna beat his ass. You have done that yourself. You're not taking it. I love this shit, man. No, that you're right. No, you're right, Obi-Wan. You don't fear it because you're part of it. Oh, good shot. Good shot right there. To democracy! Yeah, that's kind of where the writing falls off. If you're not with me, you're my enemy. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Okay. Lightsaber battle right here is cool. It starts off really great. They're going at it, fast pace, hard action, awesome. Both blue lightsabers, Jedi. It goes on for 14 minutes though, so it does kind of die off. The music is just so good. Here's Yoda. Everyone in the cinema laughed at that when that scene happened. I remember, God, man. God, if I could go back. You survived. Oh, I love Palpatine, man. He's so badass. The full power of the dark side. Yes. Caught him off guard with that force lightning, didn't you? I like how homeboy had to leave the room. He's like, I'm not going to watch this. This is what a lot of us were looking forward to, even with the original trilogy back in '83. The potential of seeing Yoda take on Sidious, most powerful light side user versus the most powerful dark side user. A battle we all really wanted to see. I have! And he force pushes that motherfucker back. Look at that. And not short enough it was. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This part's interesting. Palpatine tries to leave. He tries to run away from Yoda. See, this is a lot better of a lightsaber battle than the one we had in Attack of the Clones. Or Count Dooku and Yoda, when they fought, it was just Yoda jumping around the whole fucking time. And this part's dark right here. Man, Ewan's got some knees on him to be bending like that, and then get that kick in. Oh, another kick. Why does Lucas always want to do a shot of the lightsabers whenever they're coming up or falling down? I don't need to see it every time, man. I get it. This part, oh, this shot's badass. You see the Senate just kind of spinning into it as well. Man. This part's stupid. They're spinning it around, not getting much in. Then they use like digital shots of the actors when they're not even there. I hate being nitpicky, but it's only stuff you can really pick up on if you're really looking at the film. Like there's parts and shots that are obviously only digital shots that they use where the actors aren't even there filming it. It's just CGI. And if you have an eye for it, you can see it. If you don't, you might miss over it. Nothing wrong with that. Here comes the Duel of Fates kind of theme. Oh, it's so beautiful. Palpatine's over here throwing Senate seats at Yoda. He's doing it with relative ease, but he's a master of the dark side. Rey can lift all those rocks like it ain't shit, though. Look how focused Yoda is on just one, and he's turning it, kind of getting that momentum going, focusing, and it throws Sidious off guard a little bit. You're like, oh fuck, I gotta get out of here. See that confused look he's got? In the script, there's a deleted scene where Yoda actually dismantles Palpatine's lightsaber. This scene's weird, where he starts yawning. Like, what the fuck was that about? And then they both fall from this telekinesis force moment that Yoda has. That just kind of, I don't know, becomes a stalemate that's like, well, alright. Now we're back to the Anakin and Obi-Wan battle. This is when I would say the battle between these two extends upon its necessity or its merit. They're balancing on a bar. Even the stunt coordinator, when making the film, said that they fought for so long, you almost forget why they're fighting. He's got a point. This shot's beautiful, though. Lava behind them. And then it cuts to Yoda just crawling through a little... I don't even know what you would call it. In the deleted scenes, there was actually supposed to be a part where Anakin and Obi-Wan teamed up kind of one last time, like one last little hoorah, when they took on this Mustafar demon kind of thing, this big monster that fought them. They just teamed up together one last time to take it down. I think it would have been better than having them doing what they're doing now, just kind of, I don't know, what the fuck are they even doing? They're surviving the harshness of Mustafar. It just, it loses the tension in the scene. I know a lot of you are going to disagree with me. You love Revenge of the Sith. Oh, Revenge of the Sith is so great. But if you can't admit the faults in your film, even the films that you like, it's hard to take your opinion with merit, my friends. And yeah, Yoda, you did fail. You failed to see that Palpatine was the Sith Lord all along. God, that music's so great, though. I see this little Tarzan moment. Oh, God, here we go. They just pass by each other. Well, let me get one swing in, why don't I? Obi-Wan's just kind of watching him from a distance. Is he going to make it? He surprisingly did. It's not up until right now we get internalization of the characters between the two. At least since the beginning of the battle. Here we go. Ugh. Lines of dialogue like that are kind of odd. From my point of view, the Jedi are evil. Well, no shit, Sherlock. That's why you're on the Sith side. High ground. I gotta drink to this. I have the high ground. I'll drink to that, motherfucker. Ugh. Both legs and one arm. When I was younger and I saw this film in theaters, I think it was the second or third time I actually saw it, I was crying like a baby. Oh, here we go. You can see the sadness in Hayden's eyes. Ewan's acting, John Williams' music, easily one of the most emotional scenes in the saga. And the turn away, just the quick shot of him turning his face away from seeing this friend, brother, and apprentice that he loved burn alive. I mean, it's incredibly emotional, incredibly dark. Emotional parts, my friends. And then you cut to back to Anakin or Darth Vader surviving somehow, being burned alive. Obi-Wan should have put him in the lava. Would have saved a lot of trouble in the future. Also would have saved his life. I definitely think I'm done with the drinks, my friends. We don't have much left in the film, and me getting more drunk is not going to help this film anymore. He's still alive. Very interesting shot. Now we're at Polis Massa. Kind of an asteroid, if anything. Not really a planet. There's a little asteroid out there. I don't know why they didn't have the scene of Obi-Wan talking to Yoda. Or my bad, Qui-Gon talking to Yoda. There was a deleted scene they cut out. A mistake, in my opinion. I believe we're back on Coruscant, but you see how dark and gloomy the place is now. It's shots and scenes like this, very visual representations of George Lucas as a director. He's not much on the dialogue. He's not much on the writing. He's all about the visuals and the world that surrounds it. And then you see scenes like this that are stupid. She's lost the will to live. Yeah, okay. I know a lot of prequel defenders are going to say, oh, well, it's Palpatine killing her. No, it's not. It is not. It's just, those are theories that fans bring up to make the films better. There's absolutely no factual evidence behind it. Nothing at all. Just theories. Even if you read the Darth Plagueis novel, and you even look at the film that we have now, Sidious never learned everything that that Plagueis taught him. Comes Luke and Leia. I don't know how the character of Leia remembers Leia, or how Leia remembers her mother many years later in Return of the Jedi, but whatever. Oopa, oopa. Oh, but the lighting with Anakin becoming Darth Vader. See the fog that goes into his mask when he's about to breathe for the first time. Fully becomes Darth Vader. Oh yeah, you can see the mist almost go away. Awesome. And finally have the reveal of Darth Vader. I've always not entirely enjoyed how different of a character Darth Vader is compared to Anakin Skywalker. Vastly different in demeanor, character. Oh yeah, this scene's awesome though. Yes, my master. Mm. Seeing the darkness overtake him. Here we go with the no. Ugh. So cringy. My God, George. Why? You can't defend the no. You can't. Potential story arcs for the show we have here. The netherworld of the Force, huh? I would love to see Qui-Gon appear in the Kenobi series. Obi-Wan learning more about the Force in that series. A lot of story potential we have there, my friends. Now we're back on Naboo with the funeral of Queen Padme Amidala. Or Amidala. Why did I say Aladala? I'm drunk, that's why. You notice that she still looks pregnant in the scene. Apparently the reason for that was so the Sith would think that she was still pregnant and that she never had the children. If the children had died with her. There's the queen, the governor behind her. And the shot pans down on the little necklace that 9-year-old Anakin made for her. Vader, Sidious, Tarkin. I like the little Tarkin reference that we have here. Very young looking Tarkin, not too on the nose, but on the nose enough that we know that it's him. Seeing the Death Star be built. Seeing the Sith together. Beautiful shot. Beautiful shot. Here we are on Alderaan. Another beautiful looking planet. I do miss the touch of George Lucas in these films. The beautiful scenes and scenery that we have. If you haven't seen his film THX 1138, I highly recommend you do. You'll understand him much more as a director if you watch that film. A lot of Star Wars fans like to think they really know who George Lucas is as a film director, as a person, and they don't know shit about him. They don't know a damn thing about the man. Fun fact about this scene right here coming up on Tatooine. This was filmed back in '02. This was filmed when they were making Attack of the Clones. George Lucas got this shot really early, before Revenge of the Sith. You know how much money it would have taken to go back out to this desert and film this again? They filmed this back in '02 and kept it under wraps for 3 years for this scene and this shot alone. Because Lucas thought that far ahead in the planning of making the prequel trilogy. You gotta respect that. As a director and as a filmmaker, that he could think that far ahead. 3 years ahead, before production even started for the third film. He thought of making this scene. Didn't want to waste time and the money and the effort to go out and do it again. He rather had gotten it back when he made the film Attack of the Clones. That's it. Written and directed by George Lucas. Very hopeful ending. Very hopeful ending is what I meant to say. Produced by Rick McCallum. Executive producer George Lucas. I want to see who it's edited by. I think it's been Burt again. Production designer. Edited by Roger Barthen and Ben Burt. 2 people this time. Okay. So that, my friends, was Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. I'll admit, I enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed watching that. There's a lot of problems I still have with the film in terms of logic and the story and the characters, but the pacing is good. You understand a lot more why Anakin turned to the dark side. I feel like the character of Anakin was a little not done too well in Attack of the Clones. But in Revenge of the Sith, in Episode 3 that we have here, the exploration of the Sith, the Jedi, the fall of the Republic, the action, the drama that goes into it. I had a good time. I enjoyed it. Probably because I was drinking through most of it, but even beyond that, I mean, that's just me trying to be modest in a way, I guess, or even, I don't know, egotistical. I don't know what the fuck you want to call it. I thought it was a very, very well-made film. And looking back on it, it's 2019. The film came out in '05. 14 years later. God, guys, I'm not going to lie. It almost brings a fucking tear to my eye. thinking back on this film when I first saw it as a kid. You gotta miss the magic that Lucas can bring to a Star Wars film. But tell me your thoughts. What did you guys think about this? Did you like watching Revenge of the Sith many years later, 14 years after it came out? What are your thoughts about it many years later? What are your thoughts about watching it with me, your boy Star Wars Only, the film commentary that we had for it? Did you like it? What do you think about it going into the final episodic film of The Rise of Skywalker, Episode 9? And how do you think this film, I think this film is going to be used as a reference a lot for Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. How do you think it's going to be used for that? I don't know. You guys tell me. Leave your comments below. And tell me, do you think I should do a film commentary for Rogue One and Solo, a Star Wars story, before I do one for A New Hope? I'll be completely honest with you. I do not want to. I don't think they have any impact on the story for the Skywalker saga. I think they're just kind of filler. But if you truly want one, you got to convince me in the comments below. And I'll know you have made it to the end of this. I'll know you have watched the film with me if you can leave me a decent reply and decent comment on it. And I do want to hear what you guys think about the film commentaries and think about the film and watching the film with me. I really do enjoy watching these with you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy watching them with me as well. So leave your comments below, leave your thoughts below. I hope you guys enjoyed this film commentary of Star Wars Revenge of the Sith Episode 3, the third episode in the episodic Skywalker saga. Next up for sure is Episode 4, A New Hope. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you all next time, and may the Force be with you always.